Peace and blessings. Happy Wednesday. Let my phone charge for a bit. Wasn't really prepared. I wake up usually bombarded with a lot of notifications and trying to figure out what's going on for the day or what just happened last night. I never really checked how much battery, how much juice I got on my phone and whatever. I just start going about my day. It's not really a bad thing. I don't wake up looking at social media or the latest gossip, anything like that. I just check my phone and see, check on my investments. I check on like my business ventures or whatever like that. Different little stuff like that. Just being on task and trying to handle my responsibilities. And then I get into a little bit of studies or whatever you want to call it. Start researching things and going about my day, start adding value to myself and my life. But I also like to put out positive vibes in the universe. I'm big on energy. I like to protect my mind, my energy. And that's what I do throughout my day. I pursue happiness. This is what comes with pursuing happiness, protecting your mind, your energy, the thoughts you entertain, the things you engage with, people, places, and things. And nevertheless, this is a positive word for today of October the 1st, 2025. Happy new month, by the way. Happy Wednesday. October starts off with the words of, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. I will give you rest." This October is about those of you who've been weary and burdened, who needs a little peace of mind. God will give you rest. And that's his promise coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. This is how we start in the month of October. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Pretty nice. The promises of the Lord, I believe, in the book of Exodus. Um, I'm not going to sit here and say something I don't really know for sure. I'll look up that information. I believe Exodus chapter 28. The promises of the Lord, I'll make you the head and not the tail. Um, I read it a lot when I was in jail. And it was a so, leads you to the land of milk and honey. It was all pretty dope. Um, 50 promises of God, encouraging Bible verses and scriptures and quotes. Yeah, they got a lot of that online. You can easily look up quotes and scriptures and print a Bible online. You walk around with your Bible on your cell phone nowadays. You don't really have to carry a big book. Story time. Open Book October. This is about Jesus calling, enjoying peace in his presence, written by Sarah Young. And nevertheless, hold on real quick. I got another book we're gonna get into. My father wrote. We're gonna do that tonight. I'll start that off tonight. But nevertheless, this is reading for today of October the 1st. "Worship me only. I am King of kings and Lord of lords, dwelling in untouchable, unapproachable light. I am taking care of you. I am not only committed to caring for you, but I am also absolutely capable of doing so. Rest in me, my weary one, for this is a form of worship. Though self-flagellation has gone out of style." I don't know what that word means, self-flagellation. I never heard it before. I'm not gonna sit here and read past and act like I know what it means either. Uh, though flagellation has gone out of style, many of my children drive themselves like racehorses. They whip themselves into action, ignoring how exhausted they are. They forget that I am sovereign and that my ways are higher than theirs. Underneath their driven service, I am a peaceful peace. They may secretly resent me as a harsh taskmaster. Their worship of me is lukewarm, because I am no longer the first love. My invitation never changes. Come to me, all you who are weary, and I will give you rest. Worship me by resting peacefully in my presence. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Let me take this off somehow. All right, there we go. I was looking. Hold on. Let me just do this real quick. I haven't heard this word before, and I want to know what it means. Flagellation. I don't even know why they would use this word. Let me see if I pronounce it right. Flagellation. Flogging or breathing, either as a religious discipline or a sexual gratification. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not sure what that really meant. Yeah. Let me I was just looking up on my screen real quick. I'll share my screen so y'all can see if y'all didn't know or didn't know. But these readings come from the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 15 through 16, the book of Isaiah, um, chapter 55, verse 8 through 9, the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 4, and last but never the least, the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. It's kind of weird. Let me see. Okay, yeah. We getting towards the end of this book. This is the last few pages of the year. Pretty excited though. I didn't think that I'd be doing this. I'm not sure exactly when I started doing this, but I believe the beginning of this year I got a long collection. You guys can go check out my category. I mean my catalog to binge watch all my YouTube videos. Team Angie LC, that's the name of the channel. If you're new to my YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and binge watch. There's plenty of things you can check out, plenty of motivation, inspiration. Flag a that word right here. So that's kind of weird. I mean, that kind of threw me off to that. I never heard this word before. I never really. But that's that. That is what it is. Check this out.
Today is October 1st, and without step, it is the seed that determines the entire harvest of the month. Ordinary day, your milestone, it is the gateway to the last and most decisive quarter of the year. This is a moment with which cross far. The energy lost today's moon, our collective heart, enters Aquarius, call to the break of come learn to use the force of this first with the rest of the year. But first, the first entry. Let us now beginning of a cycle is revered as the moment of greatest power. The first sunrise, first note of a symphony, the first step.
Now, that's pretty interesting, but nevertheless, it's pretty significant not to skip past. As I just said, we have ended a cycle. I just did a video about numerology, similar, somewhat, not too extensive. It's basically talking about the number nine, what just happened last month. It was 3999 days, which started off September the 9th, September the 18th, and last but never least was September the 27th. And what I mean is the dates line up in triple nines, and the number nine in numerology represents energy, completion, historical events, and conscious transfer, or something like that. And anyway, it was this the ninth month, the ninth day, 2025, which equals nine. Um, why did I bring this up? In numerology, the number nine holds significant meaning, representing completion, universal love, wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, karma, cynical nature. Um, these are quite different, but still about the same. The energy of nine signifies the potential for new beginnings following the completion of a cycle. These attributes make the number nine a powerful symbol in numerology, karma. It reflects a broader perspective on life and the consequences of action. Completion, it symbolizes the end of a cycle and accumulation of experiences. This was my GM telling me about that. My co-pilot, what I try to have it tell me what the word um what we just read. It was a new word for me today. Flagellation, I believe I pronounced it right. Anyway, the whole Carly Church stuff and what's going on, it got something to do with this. We're moving into a new period. I want to see about the historical. I'm gonna just play my video low. October 10th is going to be a day to look out for. I believe something historical is going to happen. Communities of the nation. Let me just look into the number 10 real quick, because 10, I believe, is something's going to happen on that day. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind, and you see certain things, you have to pay attention and take heed. Okay, I was real quick. I'm cool on that. All right. Something in new beginnings. So quite Crazy, the number nine, similar to the number 10. It's like wrapping it all up. And what he was saying about, like, harvesting and everything like that, what you've been doing, all of this stuff adds up, right? Like what I've been doing from the beginning of the year until now, and the energy I put into everything, the direction I'm headed, I feel like is now about to be complete. All of the sacrifices I made as far as continuously to do digital marketing and sticking with it and sticking with a lot of the things that I could have easily abandoned, and went for the easy route, which would have been really easy to do. Um, I started the year off planning ahead. One of my New Year goals was to get monetized on YouTube and to build my YouTube. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to continue to do till my mission is complete. And also harvesting, for those of you who know anything about nurturing anything, it's a sacrifice. You spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of resources on helping something come to life and to live on its own. We make kids all the time, and we can have the government take care of these kids from all of the resources that they give. But at the end of the day, nothing is free in this world. They say they help us with these things, but somebody's paying for it at the end of the day, whether with their money or their freedom, because you know how this goes. The government is going to get what they, and this is alleged, this is entertainment purposes. They they know a way to get their money. They'll say we're going to help you with this, why this person, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it symbolizes completion and new beginnings. It represents an independent person with enormous potential, helping and bringing projects to completion. The number combines the qualities of one, leadership and intuition, initiation, and zero, potential and hope. It's a lot of stuff in here going to go and kind of make you find them and dig through them, but I'm going to try to um, pause it so people can understand what's going on and really get a hold of how to leave this year with a strong finish. Initiation. We was just talking about the number 10. Number one meaning leadership and initiation, and zero meaning potential and wholeness. That's why it's important to have and to stay focused on those goals, tunnel vision, because the stuff going on in the world can throw you off track and distract you to think that things are priority. But at the end of the day, they're to steal your visions away from you, to keep you focused and putting your energy into the wrong places, the wrong things, and missing out on capitalizing this powerful energy that's going to help you manifest your dreams. Taking action is important, whether you're taking action towards your dreams or you're actively not active going towards your dream. Either way, you're moving towards your dreams or you're moving towards the other opposite direction. Not taking action is taking action. Just like when you have two thoughts, right? You're either going to build on this negative one or you're going to build on this positive one. But either way, doing or not doing is doing something. Now you have them both growing. You got to kind of shuffle out on which one is the most important. And if you can't really do that, then you're going to battle them both and create a whole new situation. That's powerful though. I mean, taking action is important. That's the first step. Everything else comes after that. I said this year was my goal. My goal this year, like every new year, I have a new goal. Um, this is what I'm doing. This year, I said I want to get closer to Christ, get to know Creator. By doing so, this is how. This is how I've been doing so by reading His Word each day. And I was going to do this for the whole year because this book, why I picked this book specifically is because it has a word for each day of the year, a word of inspiration inspired by the book of the Bible. Hear these readings, and you can go check your Bible and see what resonates with you and basically make this makes more sense to you. But this is an awesome way to spend time with Christ and spend time with my followers and lead them to Christ and help change the narrative of the world. It takes one person at a time, do one action, and so forth. It's like it only took one person to plant an apple tree, and now many people can benefit from that, and many people can do the same as well from the fruits of that. It's just about getting started, and everything else is behind. Like when I started doing this, I started last year actually, but I had so much going on, listening to too many people, and it kind of took me off track. It was a distraction from the people whose marathon is this marathon, who's designed to run this race. Not everybody's going to embark on that journey with you. Not everybody is going to see your vision. Not everybody is going to, support it either. Some things endure alone. Some people basically get tried. Not everybody you want to come with you is not going to be equipped to go with you. They're not going to be equipped to make certain changes in life. It is what it is. Certain things cause for a different mindset. Comfortability is what a lot of people chase after because it doesn't require any effort really. That's why a lot of people suffer because they're comfortable and they don't really want to take the actions to do something different and get out of that uncomfortability. It's very uncomfortable getting online, putting yourself out there, and looking crazy or whatever, right? Like on my Instagram, my shit going up. But it's not for what I wanted to. But nevertheless, I'm actively putting in work to grow it, and it's growing. The way I want it to grow isn't really what matters. It's just that what I wanted is happening. Now, if I would have took more direction of the growth, that would have been better. But nevertheless, it's a dream, a goal of mine that is now come to pass. And it would have been way, way if I had the tools that I need, certain things along the way. That's why everything's keep changing. I have to keep pivoting from one way that I do things to the next. Some things I'm comfortable doing. I like how I do it. But it is what it is. All things come to change and all things come to an end at some point in time. So I try to capitalize off the time that I have with the things that I have and, let that be that. I started off, I stopped, but this year I was like, I'm not listening to the naysayers. I'm not, you know, taking my mind off my vision. I'm not going to be easily swayed from opinions or outcomes. I'm just going to do what I know is best to be doing and let that be, let the outcome be that. And that's just what I've been doing. And not worrying about it all, not controlling my creations, just allowing it to be, has been a blessing. I've been now having a point of view to look at it as I'm seeing growth, I'm seeing momentum. The 90-day challenges help a lot more as well because, we're all challenging each other. Plus, we are all embarked on a challenge to grow. And we're consistently growing day by day within the 90 days. And that's what really helped me last year. Of course, I had different things going on behind me. Uh, it's a little memorabilia. My late aunt, she passed this year. And here's my cousin, my lovely cousin, that's last year. So I was dealing with stuff like that and like this, grieving, grieving my loved ones, as well as people bugging and begging for my resources, asking for money, not paying back and shit like that, right? Like a motherfucker just draining me. I dealt with that type of stuff while trying to build at the same time, trying to get help too. I do reach out for help. I do get mentored and things like that, but that doesn't mean that just because I ask for help or I'm getting mentored that these people have your best intentions. That don't mean that they really gonna help you or lead you to um, peace of mind or actually success. A lot of people embarked on my journey and left me abandoned way in the beginning, and now they're coming back around and want to try to do the same thing. But last year was about that. It was about just molding myself, and it was basically going through the fire, experiencing certain things that's going to help me become a better judge of character and a better business negotiator and different things like that. Like it was a hard situation to go through, nevertheless. Seeing this massive success and seeing these leads pop off and everything growing as it's supposed to as I was nurturing my situation. But like I said, it's a battle of the mind. You're gonna have thoughts, you're gonna have time, you're gonna have stuff going on to where you're not sure if this is what you should be doing. Like when I started digital marketing, I was trying to learn this shit, trying to focus on it. But nevertheless, when you're doing something different because you want something different, people is not gonna understand it. Therefore, people either gonna rock with you or they're gonna rock off. And that's what was going on. You sacrifice a lot of your time educating yourself, not going to parties and different events and going out kicking and all this type of stuff, right? Like Kanye said, for 3 summers he was in that basement making beats. And after those 3 summers, he's been set for life. Sometimes that's what it takes, just like the book of Joseph. He had that dream as a young boy, but it took about 10 to 20 years for him to actually be the prince of Egypt. Some of these dreams are to be held on to and never let go. Because some dreams are lost and will never be found again. And they're only lost because we lose vision of what's meant for us, what God has for us. These visions, they are important. They might come in parts. They do come in parts, but that doesn't mean that the marathon is over with because you haven't seen that vision come to pass. My vision with digital marketing when I got started last year, when I first seen the vision, it didn't happen right away. It didn't happen right away. It's still happening. And for me to give up along that journey, it's not going to happen. Signs and symbols have been just letting me know that I'm on the right path and to continue to carry on, not to focus on what success looks like from other people, even though people in this industry have superseded me. And, I'm not competing with anyone, I'm just learning from them. But at the end of the day, I don't really know what they're going through. I don't really know if their stories are authentic or not. People love to tell you, oh, I did this, I did that, but they don't tell you what they went through to get to it, to get to it. And therefore, I was like, it's nice. I like to celebrate with people, but at the end of the day, I have to focus on what I need to be doing, and that's learning and growing and applying the knowledge that I learned. And it's just what it is. Spending time with Christ, getting to know my Creator, has been opening my eyes and leading me to such so many foundations to stand on. Right. The reason why people quit digital marketing, the reason why people quit anything, is because once their vision of success doesn't pan out in their time frame, they don't think that it's possible. They're not willing to go through the transformation. Open Book October is because I've lived a very interesting life. I'm living an interesting life, and I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, but nevertheless, I learned from a lot of people and their mistakes, older, younger. I'm open to learn. I'm an open book. A lot of people that are similar to me are open books. And it's easy to learn from people, not looking down on people being on the high horse, but being humble and human and having compassion and mercy on people. You get to learn from people. But not all people are your people. Some people choose to be negative and ignorant, and it's your choice to deal with these people or not. Don't let people block your light or dim your light from their darkness. I have a lot of people that does the same. They come in all forms of fashion, friends, family, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, it's about holding on to your dreams. My dream is to be monetized on YouTube. It's not nothing major, it's not nothing big, but it's something that I want. And it's something that I'm working towards. And it's something that I'm going to keep on keeping on until the marathon is over with, until I run past that finish line with that notification, that email saying, "Congratulations, you've done it." I know this journey isn't an overnight, but it can be, and only way it will. Yeah, you can get some blood. You say you can do what? Oh, okay. It's like you don't know what's going to come from your dreams if you never get started, and also if you give up. Digital marketing is dope. It's a lot to go to it. It's kind of like an onion. It's layers to it, right? My life is similar to that. It's layers. It's let's say a mechanic, right? Like a car, you have different parts to it. That's what business is about. That's what digital marketing is about. All of these different parts come together. And I've just been seeing how all of these different parts of my dream have been coming together by staying on this marathon, learning different things. Like I'm in a whole new mindset. I don't even think the same as I used to. Learning how to challenge myself and really question myself on my habits and my outlook on life. That's why I spend time reading this word and running my own race. Um, it's moments where I feel unsustained or inadequate, or it's a lot of words that I can think of. But these things aren't who I am. These moments doesn't define who I will become. It's just moments in time in life. And it's all right to feel inadequate at times or feel like, you don't have enough or you're not enough or things just not going to work. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. It comes with trying something different, trying something new. But I just encourage you all to get started and keep going. Your story is your story to be told. Kind of all over the place with this, but I'm going to get back into this video and we're going to see exactly why it's important to have a goal and to be tunnel visioned on that, because if I was to stay tunnel vision on my goal, I would have been monetized on YouTube already. The way I was doing it was the way that I should have been doing it. Of course, things have been changing, but nevertheless, I'm not disappointed or anything. I'm proud of myself for giving myself a real chance and opportunity to put myself in position to be in position. And I was thinking about this last night, like, Lord, if there are things that needs to be done in my life as far as my personality and my character, when I become a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and then even a billionaire, like I was just thinking about like what type of mindset would I be, what type of patience will I need, what type of discernment, you know. And those were things that I thought about late last night. I was thinking about my transformation. Life is a transformation. Before I get back into the video, this is a quick little story about transformation. I watch TV from time to time. I don't really do too much television, but anyway, TV and stuff like that. Investigation shows and stuff like that. My number one show I watch is Chicago PD. I love that show. Highly recommendable. And Chicago Fire. I watch it for free on Tubi on a TV station called Ion, aka It's On. I brought that up to bring this up. And what I like about it, before we go any further, I like that I'm from Chicago. The mindset of these people are similar to mine. I really understand these type of people. They're an extension of me, not exactly, but I relate to the mindset of these people from Illinois. I love when I meet another Illinoisan, and yeah, I just relate to these people. I'm here in Michigan. I miss home, but money, opportunities is in uncomfortable places. You have to move around from time to time. You have to be uncomfortable to figure life out, to receive your blessings, to be in position to get put in position, right? So I watched that to remind me of home. I travel a lot. I haven't been doing much of that this year and even last year because I've started digital marketing and I want to learn this stuff. I need to really, you know, give myself a chance to learn something I never done before. I never had digital products before. Now I have my own digital products that I created and marketing and everything like that, right? I put myself in position by staying down. I have a legacy builders program as well, master resale rights, but that's what gave me the idea that birthed me having my own digital products. Back to Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. I like it because in Chicago Meds, all three of these different TV shows, they all run back to back. They all rub shoulders. Right? Chicago Meds on Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. You will see all these three TV shows going into each other. Even on one show, you will see Chicago PD taking somebody to the hospital, and the same people that's on Chicago Med is in that hospital. Or you'll see Chicago Fire dealing with something, and they end up going to Chicago PD. The same people in there working on the same cases, and they end up taking somebody to the hospital. And what's even more crazy is like some of them they all like rub shoulders, like I was saying, but like some people in the hospital date some people in the Chicago Police Department, and Chicago Police Department, some people date the ones from the fire department. Okay, now that I got all that out. Chicago Fire, right? And this is about transition. That's why I'm bringing this up because I don't really know too much about firefighters. I never wanted to be one, but I do enjoy their services. I appreciate their services and sacrifices they make. And as a child, you don't really know much, especially if it's something you're not interested in. But I always thought firefighters just go rescue fires and that was it. Until later on in my life, where I had my first job and I had to go to the fire station to learn how to do CPR, certified and everything through the fire station, which I was like, this sounds weird. Why not the hospital? But then I learned, they told me at the fire station when I took the course, they say 9 out of 10 calls that we receive isn't fires, they're for meds, they're for like medical attention. And I was like, wow, y'all doctors too? They are. Some of them are. But their job is interesting because, like, okay, they have a group of people, right, who deals with fires and deals with life life injuries. Well, I can't even spell it out. So out of these group of people, some of them are detectives. They detect what kind of fire it was and how it started. Some of them are straight medics. They know how to go ahead and get you respirated and back to health or whatever. Some of them are just straight people, persons, and some of them are straight water holes. They know how to tame the fire, different fires, and whatever, right? They all have different specialized knowledge, but they all have different positions as well. Like you have the chief, he runs the station, and he also goes on the field as well. For certain scenarios, he'll come and he'll lead the group into what to do. But majority of the time, he's back at the station and he's doing paperwork and different stuff like that. And he's learning to become the next higher up. So he spends times with those people, and under him is the lieutenant, meaning this is the head person in the field. And his lieutenant is a female. She's really dope, really really dope. She as soon as they pull up to a situation, she figure out what's going on because some people are alive. Not every place that they go to are, just dead or burnt up or whatever. Right? Some stuff is actively going on at the moment. But nevertheless, she figure out what's going on. She get her group to. She start calling out demands like, y'all get the trucks ready. Y'all run around the back. Y'all do this. You do that. Woo woo woo. Like she orchestrating everything. And when it's done, everything comes together, and she handled that situation like magic. She's the head of the field. And also, other than that, like, even though they report to her, she's so humble in her position. After work, she serves people at the bar. She's a bartender. So that whole personality thing within itself is like, wow, it's very humbling. You have somebody in a leadership position, but not so to be served all the time. She's a server as well. So she not only saves her community by her sacrifices, by, having that type of social awareness, that type of mindset on how to navigate high stress situations. I encourage y'all to watch that. It's pretty dope. And then not only that, like she a boss, she a lieutenant, a captain. She give commands, you know. But not only that, she's humble enough and she served her people at the end of the day. And I just found this out last night when I was watching. I was like, this bartender looked familiar. Couldn't find out she the lieutenant of the fire department. Transitioning though, what I was saying, like she always up under the chief because when he's done, she's going to be the chief, and then she's going to elect a new lieutenant to take over the field to do what she's doing. And in doing so, the chief he kind of like sets it in order, and he gives her kind of it's a chain of command. Let's just say leave it at that, right? So the lieutenant who I was just talking about, this female, it's another guy who's moving up in rank, who's about to be a lieutenant, and he comes to ask her for advice because he's going through a transition. He used to be a regular field guy, now he's becoming in a lead position. The chief comes to the lieutenant. He like, man, I feel like I gave dude a position where he's not ready for it. It's not a blessing, but more so of a burden. Should I take this position from him and tell him I appreciate his service and sacrifice, but go back to what you was doing? And then the lieutenant, she was like, no, that's not a good idea. He got to figure this out on his own time. He got to make mistakes. He got to learn. And not only that, you'll take away his confidence if you take away his position too fast. And that's not going to help him as a character. That's not going to help his character development. It's not going to help his mental state. And that was some wise advice from the lieutenant. And the chief was like, yeah, you know what? Thank you. That's why I come to you for advice. And he didn't do anything. He let the man go ahead, go through his transition from becoming a soldier to a lieutenant. And why I say this is because the one going through the transition, I forget his name. He's a bald black guy, which it don't really matter. But this is the description I could give you the differentiate. I can't even get the word out. Tell the difference between the two, right? Um, he's not able to handle the situation. He's transitioning into, let's just say his transition is a little rocky. He's a little nervous. He's ready to give up. He has people under him who's not respecting him, who's giving him a hard time. And what the hard time was, he had one guy in particular who liked to be a jokester. He liked to play around and like he's a goofball, basically. He don't know when to be serious. He don't know when not to. And it was becoming a problem for this lieutenant in transition. It's become such a problem to where he's ready to give up his position. So he goes to the lieutenant, the female who I was telling you about, and he tell her like, well, he didn't tell her anything, and he didn't even go to her actually. She always on top of her crew because she was the crew, and now she's the leader of the crew. So naturally, she's looking out there the people that's under her. She be when they not in the field, they in the fire station. They waiting on the call, but they all got different stuff going on in that station before they go out on the call while they waiting on the call. And then she go by one of the officers or whatever. She see him up in there, and he kind of like um pouting or whatever. She like, yo, what up? They waiting on you, your crew or whatever. He like, let them wait. And then she like, what's going on? And he was like, I don't think this job for me. And she was like, kind of like coaching him into going through that transition. She was like, this position didn't land on your lap. You earned it. You worked for it. She showed him a text that somebody else sent her. They was like, dude earned that position. He a good leader. He a strong motivator. And woo woo woo. And she was like, this is what they said about you when I told them that you was going to be lieutenant. Now my question to you is this guy wrong? Is he a bad judge of character? And you sit there thinking about it. Transitions are like this. It's like that, you know. When it's time to level up, we'll feel like that imposter syndrome. Like we don't deserve this, we're not capable of this, but really it's total opposite. That's what transition is about, you know. It might seem like everything is falling apart, might even seem like you're not equipped. But at the end of the day, when you don't give up on yourself, you're giving yourself a very powerful chance, opportunity to evolve into something more powerful. And not only that situation he was dealing with along his transition, he was spending more time at the work, learning the work, and missing more time from his family and friends. Not able to go to his son's sports games, and that was a hard situation. But these are sacrifices. I'm not saying that it's easy to, but the transition process. For the less much greatly needed because at the end it's comfortable, not even comfortable when he had a realization that I'm doing this and I'm in this and now it's too late to turn back. And that's what the lieutenant told the chief. She was like, he already in this position. All right. And it's too late for him to just jump up out of this. You got to let him figure this stuff out. Give him some time to fail. Give him some time to succeed. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what God does us. He always calling us to help us, you know. Not all the time that we'll have somebody in our corner like that lieutenant who is giving him a little prep talk and giving him a little encouragement and lifting him up. But nevertheless, it's about getting started and staying started. And the marathon continues because these transitions are not going to be pretty. They're not going to be easy all the time. And they're not going to be unfolding the way that you would think all the time. It's just about trusting the process, which is a very hard thing to do. One thing I had to learn last year, trusting my processes and my transitions with Team Angie. You know, we started off with accessories, straight mental health products, services, and we steady transitioning to what we designed to be. And I was thinking about that last night, like maybe I'll get somebody to help me transition and clean up the company and, you know, to uh, public relations and a lot of different stuff like that, right? But I was like, it was a thought, but it's a part of a transition whether I do it myself or I hire somebody to do it. It's something to be done. I'm trying to finish this video out, but it's not going. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Peace and blessings from Team Angie. Happy Wednesday. Much love. We're going to get into this video and stories a little bit later on today. I wish I could. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Peace and blessings. Happy Wednesday, Team Angie. I'm going to finish this video out. Yeah. And that's a double bump. Okay, double that. Like that left. That is the most deepest, dopest stuff. The same thing is a choice to choose to take action. And leading up until this day and leaving this year, this is the best day to take action as far as making money online. This month alone. I was telling you guys, I mean, the movement is happening as you can see, and it's going up. But you still have time to take action and get a part of this because let me show you what's about to happen with this. If you are an investor and if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, I encourage you to take action on investing in your financial education, your financial future, and also, you know, if anybody want to be an entrepreneur, what you're doing is you're investing your time in exchange for lucrative information that you have a secret skill, or asset or whatever it may be that you seek value in entrepreneur opportunities as far as making money in your own creative way. So this is one opportunity I want to share with you all that you can be a part of. October 18th. This just happened on, I mean, the 19th. And as far as like, the completion, right? I was telling you I want to sell this. And this is a stock. I wanted to sell it and buy some more cryptos, but I was waiting 1 month. The month to be over with, October the 19th. Today we had a little profit. But this is the thing about entrepreneurs and taking action and having dreams. Um, it don't always look pretty right away. We don't really know what it's going to be, but it's about growing with this. Like with this company, could have easily gave up on them, but I would have had a discipline, which isn't bad. Basically, I can't buy any more IPOs exclusively for 50 days. And what is an IPO? These are different companies who just launched. These are exclusive opportunities too. Like, let me show y'all. They got one just dropped yesterday. No, today. Actually, last night. Um, the IPO access. You get exclusive access to companies that's doing different things. Like this one just dropped today. Now they finna drop. So they steady dropping them. This one just dropped, and they already up like a motherfucker. They was just at $21. Now they already at $29. I wanted to buy one of these, but I would have had to sell out, and then I wouldn't have been able to buy it because if I sell out within the first 30 days, they say that's considered flipping, and they don't encourage that. But like this was another opportunity I was trying to share with y'all. Like if you had $21 last night, you'll already be $9.67 profit, basically $10 up. And the thing about this is like the more you buy, the more profits you have. Like that's just a small flip. Let me show y'all something as far as holding on for 1 month, like they telling me to do. Okay, look at this one right here. So if you had $34 to buy one of these, you'll be up $170, 169.22, and this was in March 2024. So this is last year. Every month they up though. Wouldn't have regretted that. And then this one just dropped, I believe. Yep, a couple months ago. The same situation. If you would have paid $31, you would be up $97 in profit. And within that first month, they went way up and then up. And then for October, like look at this one. They was like at $40. Now they up 96 and 93 cents. $96.93. So this is a nice way to end the year, like I mean, this type of money you'll forget about, like $30, $40. This the one I had invested with right here. This one I got one now. And they was at $14. It hasn't even been a month yet. They just dropped this one September the 19th. And we currently down 6 cents. This was at 1560. So it's trying to work its way back to there. It's got like a little way to go, a little work to go. But these just with the IPOs and stocks. These with the cryptos. The reason why I was saying this is the month to take action is because these coins specifically right here and a lot of few other ones that I was telling you guys about. And if you haven't heard about it, you're new to this. We gonna go through this, and I'm gonna give y'all the sauce. Also, different coins like this that's doing the same thing. If you want to invest, we only in profit 53 cents right now, but it's the amount of coins you get. Like I got 2 million of these. But this is what I wanted to show y'all why this is the time to take action, because last year, and I do data analytics, I specialize. As you can see, like this is the time. This is October 27th. What's today? The first. So we way above last year. Okay, this October 1st was like 971. October 1st last year, it was at 971. And this is really like the same thing this year. This is the current price, 976. How history repeats itself. Last year to this day, it's exactly five um let's say percent, now 6% higher than what it was last year. But in the same thing, just a little bit higher at this current moment. It repeats itself, but not exactly. Like I was saying, like this is last year, October the 1st. All right, there you go. If you look at the top where that line goes up, it says October 1st, 2024. The price of it was 971, down 7.31%. Like I said, it was 6, but it's actually down 7% from its current price now. That's what that means. But the reason why I said that and to say this, because you see what's going to happen, right? Around November 3rd, when you have a chance to buy in. So what I might do, but around that time too, though, the same time, let me see, October 8th, sell that stock and then buy in. And what I do is I sell that, sell everything I got, and then I'll wait till November 1st, whatever. I'll wait till November 1st and then buy back in at a cheaper price. And then we're gonna ride the wave until December 7th. And of course, the more you got, the more you'll profit. That's why you want to buy coins that's cheap, so you can buy like whatever you got, however much you got. Well, whatever you're working with, but anything is better than nothing, right? Once you in it, you win it. You're gonna profit or take loss. But I'm profit until October 14th. No, until well, yeah, October 20th. Then we're gonna sell out because the price is gonna start dropping again. See, right now we're at 9, and we got time to profit until October 20th, and that's what we're doing. We're already in profit. And just like history repeats itself, I just showed you an example of what this is doing, exactly what it was doing last year. Um, you have a chance to take profit until October 20th, and then you want to sell out until November 1st. Well, actually, November 4th. So let's say around November 3rd, I will be paying attention, and then you want to jump back in to buy back in because the price will be significantly lower. And if you haven't been paying attention, you'll be, it depends on how you want to do it. You got two ways to strategize. Like now you can get in and just capitalize until, October 20th, or you could wait till the 20th and keep track of the price until November 4th. So between October the 20th and November 4th, if you haven't bought in, that's the time you might want to be checking to buy in. And you just want to hold and wait until it reaches its max potential December 8th. And that's a massive leap. Around there, you want to take profit. So October, if you haven't bought in between October 20th and November the 4th, uh, you might be buying in at a high price anywhere between then until December the 6th. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take profit on the 20th because we are already moving the ladder with these. But it's a like you just gotta wait but um, this taking us out to the end of the year. 2 times take profit. We're gonna ride the wave here, boom, surf off and let it drop, and then we're gonna jump back in and boom, ride it up again. Surf off. We might wait till November 28th, surf off, and then hop back in again to December the 8th, surf off, and we can keep doing this until what? January 1st. No, January 4th. Actually, we could do this until what's that? January 17th. So ending this year with a strong finish, what better way than surfing the waves of the market? They scraping theirs off like this. This is what's going on. I've been watching this for a while. I've been singing this same song for a while, right? Because what's important is being able to capitalize off of these things, not social media, not the latest gossip and things like that, because those are the things that are going to distract you from missing out on, surfing the wave and taking action on these type of things. So I was saying, on the 10th, is going to be something catastrophic going on, in my opinion, because you're going to miss out on these moves. Just like Charlie Kirk and stuff like that. Like last month, while people was paying to that type of stuff, these was making moves. That's why we're in position now, because there's other ones doing the same thing. And this is just one money making activity. You know what I'm saying? Like this is one. Us with the IPOs, like this one out of two things on this one app. Like this two I basically got two let me say how I can say this. So I got 2 quarters in this app, right? And both of them adding value for me. So both these quarters just turned to $2. That's basically what I'm saying. Off of one situation. And you could take 2 quarters and put it in another situation, what I'm gonna show y'all, which is wallet, uphold, and do the same thing with different coins. Because most of these have different cryptos. Like this one have probably 300. The other one may have 120. But they're all different. Like they got the majority of the ones, the top 10, the top 25. Like of course, Bitcoin, that was the first crypto. After that, which is popular now, is the Ethereum and Solana. And what's popular about these is they're like a two-layer chain. Cryptocurrency meaning that it has multiple instructions, multiple activities. Like with Bitcoin, you can buy other cryptocurrency and you can also create cryptocurrency. You can use crypto to make crypto and crypto to buy crypto, and you can use it to make NFTs and purchase other worldly assets. So Ethereum, you can do the same. Solana, you can do the same. Like if you want to make your own cryptocurrency, you will spend a little bit of Ethereum to do so, or you will use Solana or Bitcoin to do so. Or if you want to make other NFTs, non-fungible tokens, like you want to put art, you want to put maybe a car or baseball cards, Pokemon cards, something like that, but you want it in a digital form, you will use these cryptos to be able to do that, to create that. So that's also what they're used for, other than just whatever people think they're for. Cryptocurrency, this is money that does these type of things and create these type of things. So that's the difference between cryptocurrency. You can use cryptocurrency to create things. The currency of cash, USD, or whatever other, create things with that currency. You can just purchase a good, exchange or service type. Pay debts. But with these, you can actually create another currency or another asset. or whatever. Like if you want to create some digital gold, you can use cryptocurrency to do that. So yeah, but it's pretty dope though. Like these are different tokens. Let me see. Yeah, different cryptos to watch on here on this platform. These are the ones that I put in the list for, the ones that I keep an eye on. Like I was saying, Solana is pretty high. There's other coins that's way more than Ethereum is like 4,300. And those the type of notifications I get on my phone, like this type of stuff. Like, okay, you want to be a part of this company going public before they even drop the prices, before they even drop the date. Like, be letting you know this a lucrative opportunity. And I be sharing them with y'all, like these lucrative opportunities. Like last week, one company was getting ready to drop. I told you how much you need and how much was the range. The day it dropped, and it just dropped today. Just like I just showed y'all, another one getting ready to do the same thing. So if you want to be a part of it, especially like the $30 ones, like between the $18 to $20 range, those profit big within 1 month. So this is like a 1 month strategy, and everything else is like for the rest of the year. You just gonna wait till the year over with and cash out. But I mean, if you want to come in a year with cash and not being able to be like these people, I'm gonna show y'all who was waiting on the rapture on the 24th of September, who was all in this cult activity and worried about the wrong things, the distractions, the stuff online, the stuff, the goofy stuff they're talking about. They giving away this, giving away that. Now they on online crying, just like there's online listening to these foolish stuff about the rapture and all this type of stuff, and putting themselves out of position. Meanwhile, things like this is going on for you to put yourself in position to not be in those positions. But it takes a little waiting. This type of sacrifice ain't that type of sacrifice, and it's money working for itself. You gonna work for your money or whatever, right? But you don't want to keep on doing that. You want some of your money to be working on other things so you can focus on other things. And it's a wait. Sometimes you just gotta wait on this shit to work out. Like you go to work 1 whole week or 2 whole weeks or however the shit go, right, but you got to wait on the outcome, and that's exactly what this is. Once you put investments into certain investments, you got to wait on the outcome. Sometimes it's a few months, but sometimes it's the next day, whatever, right? But the bigger the wait, the bigger the pay. So I just put it like that. But it is what it is, right? That's what investors know. Like that's why we invest, because we want some working on something while we working on something else. And it just is what it is. It's not no shortcut to life, but it's a extra hand, like Popo, the octopus. So that's what this is about: having other hands in situations until eventually you will be able to sit back in your hands and be able to reap the harvest. And that's what this video is all talking about. These are the type of activities we embark on, and this is the type of mindset it takes, because it's work. This is a job. You have to work. You have to pay attention to this stuff and move different things around. But it is what it is, right? And like this is another one, Sheba, Hedera, this is another one. These are cheaper ones that you could buy a majority of. Like you get you a few million of these because they're affordable. Just like how everybody was like, damn, I wish I would have bought some Bitcoin. Whereas other things that you can afford. And there's other things that's going to be the top dog next, because everything is reaching. These other things have time to grow. So that's my whole thing about it. Like, Ethereum is only $4,000. But within the next few years, you won't regret spending $4,000 on having one or two or however many, right? Just like 5 years ago, if you would have spent 10,000 on a Bitcoin, now you would be $100,000 richer. I mean, that was money working for itself, right? Year after year. So I mean, like this, the type of stuff it takes. Like it's not no, it's a long term type of thing. It's like even with these, like I was just telling y'all, this strategy is for the rest of the year. It's for the next 3 months, the next 90 days. And it's not just get in and just wait 90 days. No, you have to chip off. You want to surf it, like I was just showing y'all. For these next 90 days, you're gonna have to surf it. There's certain days you're gonna have to take action again. And you're gonna have to be paying attention. And if not, you're just gonna miss out. These moves are happening regardless of whether you're in it or not. But if you want to be a part of it, then you're just gonna know, like for the next 90 days, we surfing it. Not only that one, but other ones. And I was showing y'all just a few, but on this platform, they have a few different ones, a lot of different ones. And this is just one strategy. I mean, strategy is everything, but it's nothing if you're not, you know, learn data analyst, tracking what work and what don't work. Like right now, we finna be in by the next week, but I got like to the next month, not to the next month. I'm tripping. 18 days from today, we're gonna be taking this and flipping this, and we'll see what it is within those 18 days. I'm hoping for a nice little profit or whatever, right? But whatever the case may be, we're gonna take this and I'm gonna show you how to flip this, and then we're gonna work it into these other currencies, into some crypto. And if I do stocks or anything, I'm doing like IPOs, like I showed y'all, or I'm doing some with dividends or an ETF, because ETF numbers. That's what Ethereum is. ETF. Like, let me show y'all. 'Cause this what I was doing, like a different strategy to come up a little bit at a time. You know that I could afford though. You know what I'm saying? Because these ain't just a list of, but I got a list of these, like the ones that I've been whatever that I invest in personally. Like you can do this one for $26, $23. I'm just trying to find a cheaper one right now. But sometimes you gotta make a sacrifice and spend a little bit. Like if you want to get a little bit and just wait. We'll just go here because I ain't gonna take all day for shit. Um, Let me go back a little bit, like 1 month. So 1 month of waiting with these people, right? I mean, they can profit, but that's a major leap. So they've been profiting. They've been going steady profiting. But they do this stuff like if you'd have bought in this day, you would have made your couple dollar profits the next day. That's why I like these because they be just like July 15th, July 16th, you already profit the next day. Then July 17th, you probably lost 24 cents, but the next day you up a whole nother dollar again. Like they do numbers, but the ones that got less like this, like they don't do that much. That's why I was trying to do a different one because the ones that I deal with, they make money. All of them make money, but if you want to make the most, the way you can buy the most and make the most, those are the ones I got on my list. Like over here, these are my list: ETF, stocks, and bonds. And as you can see, like these pretty decent. It's a few cheaper ones, but those go towards the bottom. But look how many of them is it? And it goes cheaper and cheaper to like $1. But they be doing numbers like this just from today. So this one been static, it's been a little ratchet. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, and that's what that is. The link always in the bio as well. Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hold on real quick. Breezing my stuff like this because I got to look up screen. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I showed y'all or not, but I'm gonna try to run it back. That's the thing about like resistance. It's just like the other stuff be going on. And then it be moving so slow. Alright, let me run it back real quick. 'Cause I don't know why it just started. It just had to. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna play the rest of it if it's short. If not, then fuck it. Let me turn this shit off. Well, yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like I missed. I doubt it, though. I don't know.
Answers. The month decides for us. We become a result, not a cause. We react to
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, dog.